So all throughout the fall 2020 semester, I asked students in my 3 classes, Writing 188, English 204, and English 308, English 508, to submit questions about topics of the week, be that the writing process, the revision process, the final portfolio. But then finally I decided to have students submit questions that were more philosophical questions or funny questions, or what I called unanswerable questions. And I've randomly pasted all of those questions from 75 students into a single document, and I've created a question poem. I'm going to read that to you now. So you should be able to hear your question in this poem. Where does a thought go when it is forgotten? Do we really have a soul? Do we go on after death? Or is it the end when we die? What would life be like if animals were more intelligent? Why do we overcomplicate things? Is it possible that my usual color of blue is known to you as my color yellow? Can animals understand when we speak to them? I know some respond to commands, but can they understand sentences humans speak around them? Would we still be here if trees never existed? Where does wind come from? Do you consume social media, or does social media consume you? If we need water to live, why are so many people afraid of the ocean? Why be afraid of the body of water if we are actually afraid of what hides inside? Do we ever do anything out of our own conscious choice? Or are we always controlled by some external stimulation or motive? If you were to change places with your best friend, what would you do and why would you do that? What do you think your best friend would change about you? And what would they do if they were in your body? If the trolley loses control and is heading towards 5 workers on a railway line, and there is no way of warning the trolley, but you are near a lever that if you pull it, the train will go down another path with only 1 worker, what should you do? Is water wet? How do you think the world would be if our actions and personalities affected the way we look? So for example, if we are good and kind to ourselves and others, the better looking someone would become, while those who are unkind would become ugly. Do you think our values would change as a society? Why are humans alive to only feel pain and suffering? Does being intolerant of intolerance make you tolerant or intolerant? If you're enjoying time, is that time really wasted? Who closes the bus door when the driver gets off? Is there such a thing as right or wrong? What would the U.S. be like if we had Kanye West as the next president? What would the world be like if none of us needed sleep? How come we are on a spinning rock in vast nothingness and no one talks about it? Why is it that rain drops but snow falls? Is there a way to experience anything or to make any decision objectively? What is the ultimate answer when children repeatedly ask, why? If anything is possible, is it possible for anything to be impossible? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? If we ate a moon made of cheese, what would happen to the tides? If water is clear, why are most lakes and oceans a darker shade of blue the deeper they get? Could cereal be considered a type of soup? What if humans could photosynthesize? Do you know any lizard people? And if so, how do you know if someone is in fact a lizard person? What if we're all just a giant game of The Sims? Is there any number of 12-year-olds that The Rock can't take out at once? Or how many 12-year-olds would it take to beat up The Rock? Was there a time nothing existed, or has something always been in existence? Are soulmates a real thing? If a cyclops closes its eye, is it winking or blinking? When looking in a mirror, why does it always feel like that's not actually you in the reflection? Why do space and time never end? And what came first, the chicken or the egg? How different would our lives be if every single government in the world programmed each individual's brain? What makes us forget our lives right now when we enter our new life in the next generation? What if all the world technology were replaced with magic? How would you describe the taste of water to someone who has never tasted it? What color is a mirror? Where do one's thoughts come from? What if stars in the sky were colored instead of appearing white? If the early bird gets the worm, then why do good things happen to those who wait? Did time begin before the universe was created? Was there ever a time when nothing existed, or has something always been in existence? Is this all you thought it would be? The end.